all of these colors. Wow. The creamy vivacity of these watercolors is next level. Hello, I'm Sarah Simon, the Mint Gardener, and it is such an honor and a privilege to tell you about these amazing new watercolor compacts that I had the privilege to make with Altenew. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our collaboration and how it all came to pass so you can share in the joy of this launch of all of these beautiful new watercolors. A little bit behind the scenes on what inspired us to make this incredible collection. Tasneem has been a part of my flower painting club now for a while, and her and I have gotten to collaborate on several things. She even got to come to one of my painting retreats. So we've become friends, and she understands the aesthetic that is behind my brand, and it has been a joy to get to know her and her sweetheart and the aesthetic behind Altenew and what drives her for all of these beautiful products. So she originally came to me with the idea of looking through all these different watercolors that they had. And she said, if we find some colors that we love, maybe we could make a collaboration palette. So she sent me all of these colors. I mean, wow. I started painting with them and immediately texted her. The creamy vivacity of these watercolors is next level. Not only are they smooth, they are super, super bright to work with. And often in watercolors, what happens is when you're painting, once they dry, the colors aren't quite as vivid and playful and fun. But as you can see from this collection and the finished artwork, these colors hold their own. They are not only bright when they're going down on the page, but they are bright once they're dry. When we started playing with these different colors, we immediately knew these were amazing. And our only problem was narrowing them down because there were so many incredible colors. So we started with all of them, hundreds of colors, and deciding the nuance between one vermilion and another, one red and another, one green and another. It was a constant just swatching, playing, creating art, seeing which one held up after being dry, which was the most enjoyable, which also worked the best with all the other colors. So slowly but surely the narrowing began, and we wanted to have more of a muted palette and then also more of a vivid, bright palette. And they can be used separately and also in conjunction with another. Those are just some of the amazing reasons I love these new watercolor palettes and how they work so well together. So these palettes are going to work fantastically for beginners and experienced alike. Some of the reasons I think that these will be fabulous for beginners is because your colors are already mixed. So all of these incredibly deep, rich hues are already in your palette, ready to go, ready to paint with. Voila. Already mixed, ready to play with, okay? For the more experienced painters that already understand color mixing, these are just going to be fantastic on-the-go palettes to travel with you, take everywhere you go. It's so nice to be able to play and mix colors, but sometimes when you're traveling or when you're just wanting to go and sketch without mixing a giant palette and without taking all of the things, you just want to grab a few essential colors. These are going to be perfect for you to grab, and they actually go really well together. Your deep Muse is going to give you more of a matted mix of colors. It's going to give you those already pre-mixed hues that are in your Moody color palette that would get muddy if you tried to mix them too often, and you would need a really big plate to mix them. So nice. They're already in your watercolor compact. Where your Moody Brights, they're going to give you your basic colors, red, blue, and yellow, but in really gorgeous tones. So you can already use them straight out of the palette, just right off of your beautiful little cake. But then you can also mix them together within the palette to make up so many different incredible tones and hues. That also works with mixing the two palettes together. So much magic can happen just straight out of the palette. For those of you that are unfamiliar with mixing, or maybe are a little bit nervous about mixing your own colors and you just want to sit down and enjoy some beautiful watercolors, fabulous. But for those of you that love to color mix or maybe want to travel on the go, these are going to be fantastic as well. I'm using that interchangeably. Sometimes I want to mix colors, sometimes I don't. Either way, they're going to be perfect, easy palettes to just throw in your art bag and have with you at all times, whether you're beginner or experienced alike. Okay, I always have a few tips, tricks, techniques, and little watercolor hacks. Whenever you have a brand new watercolor palette, my first suggestion is make watercolor swatches in whatever sketchbook you have on hand. So a watercolor swatch is simply a transparent layer of color on your paper. Swatch out your colors. That's your first step, okay? Swatch them all out, see what happens. Then start mixing your red hue with all the different colors in your palette. Then your blue with all the different colors. And then your yellow with all the different colors. You are going to be amazed at the amount of colors that you can create when you mix them together. But then also it's so fun because we selected each of these colors because they sang above all of the others. Each color really is a standalone beauty on its own, but then when mixed with its friends in the palette or friends outside the palette with others, the delight just continues to grow. I use these obviously for painting botanicals, but another tip and trick is to try to change up your subject. Try painting a landscape, little small vignettes to do small little studies and see what happens. I think you're going to be delighted by all of these different colors. One other thing that I just love about these watercolor compacts is how fun the packaging is. I mean, the Altenew team did a fabulous job, and it's just one little click, and voila, your watercolor compact is ready to go. The other really nice thing about these is they have a mixing palette inside. So not only do you have all your colors where you can just add water to the top to animate them, and then you're ready to paint, but you also can mix them interchangeably with one another. I love that it lays flat so that it's very easy to mix, and then it's a simple close up and you're ready and on your way. I cannot wait to see what you mix up, what you create with all of your palettes and all of your colors, and we can inspire one another. So please do tag us and Altenew and the Mint Gardener so that we can cheers you and celebrate your watercolor journey and also continue to inspire one another. Because as Maya Angelou says, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. And the more we share in an amazing painting community, the more we inspire one another, and the joy just keeps giving.
Loved watching this video. There is more where that came from here on the Altenew official YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell button so you don't miss out on any of the crafty fun. See you soon and happy crafting.